All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this webinar talking about the Global Learning for an Open World Conference. It's taking place this November, and my name is Lucy Gray, and I will be giving you a guided tour of our annual event. If you're unfamiliar with our conference, this is the follow-up to the online global education conference that I ran for several years with Steve Hargadon. We started GLOW after the pandemic in 2022, so this will be the fourth year that it's running. And it's very similar to the Global Education Conference, but there are a few other changes that have happened over the years. One of the things is that we ask our presenters um, to present something that's actionable for people to replicate in their own settings. So that's just a little bit of the history behind GLOW, and hopefully this webinar will give you more ideas about how you can get involved in our community and present at our conference in November. Again, I am Lucy Gray, and I run Actionable Innovations Global, which hosts this, and we're really glad to see you here this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some of the basic details here. GLOW is happening November 19th and 20th, which is during International Education Week. We start at noon on the 19th and go to about 6 p.m. the next day. We have live sessions and we have asynchronous recorded sessions. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can present at the conference at a time that's convenient for you. Our platform is Ring Central Events, which used to be known as Hopin. You may have used it for other events before. We feel that it works really well and has been a great partner in hosting GLOW every year. It is easy and intuitive to use. It records sessions, and people can have access to the recordings after the fact. And it generally is pretty stable. So that's kind of the basic piece of it. We do have keynote speakers. We actually have a lot of them. Every 3 hours, we have a dedicated session featuring a keynote speaker, somebody who has some stature in a particular area of global education or educational innovation. And we have interactive hands-on, if you want them to be hands-on, sessions for that are general sessions that are in rooms called breakout rooms. We have a networking tool that's kind of like speed dating, I think it's called speed networking. And this year we're going to have birds of a feathers meetups on particular topics that people want together and just informally meet with people who are also interested in the same topic. There is a virtual expo hall for our partners who are sponsors, and that's a dedicated space and time in the schedule where attendees can drop in and meet the people who are supporting the conference. So those are some of the features of the platform. This conference is meant for students, educators and administrators, researchers, nonprofit leaders that are all working in the global education space. Anyone is welcome to attend and present. It's always really great, particularly with students, when students present with they co-present with their teachers. So if you have something that you can share with the world and include your students, we'd love to have you. In 2024, we had about 800 participants. 150 of those people were expert presenters, delivering 120 sessions during that time period that I described earlier. The top countries that were represented, United States and Canada, Singapore, India, Pakistan, Mexico, Argentina, Kenya, Romania, and Australia. We would like to see our diversity grow even further. So if you have, I think we had about 90 different countries represented last year. We'd like to see that grow even further. Why should you participate in this virtual conference when there's 5 million other professional development opportunities out there? This is a really unique opportunity to connect with other people and to grow your professional learning network around the world. If you want to do global projects with your class, it really depends on the success of those depends on the relationships that you build with other people and that you make through social media or other online professional learning communities. And we're giving you a spot to do that at Glow. And so when you can make connections with other educators and programs, you're more able to bring the world to your classroom. We also get high quality speakers, people who are doing really interesting things in their niche, and you can learn from some pretty fantastic people. It's a great way to get some professional development on your own time, anytime, anywhere. You can use the app that is available for Ring Central events and watch on your phone or listen on your phone. You can do it on a tablet, you can do it on a computer, and um, and you can also watch these things asynchronously after the fact if you weren't able to catch the live sessions. So it's professional development that is really geared towards teachers and professional development organizations and global education programs. And it's really special. So that's all I can say about it. And then we want you to kind of participate. We want our sessions to be interactive and people have the opportunity to share their ideas and their thoughts and engage in dialogue. And we really think that there's some critical issues that are facing our planet that need to be addressed by people. And this is an opportunity to do that. So if you're interested in educational change and making a difference in the world, we are your people. And we would love to have you present, attend, or even sponsor our conference. Our goals are to foster that global learning community, to deliver that accessible professional development, to highlight innovative educational practices, and to create those opportunities for connection. That's really kind of the main purpose of this conference. Our themes this year are a little bit expanded from previous years. Empowering youth, learning by doing, building intercultural connections, designing futures, navigating information, sustainability in action, and ed tech for tomorrow. We really are interested in amplifying youth voices, amplifying experiential learning opportunities for students and teachers, helping people understand the dynamics of interculturalism, and rethinking curriculum for a changing world in schools. We also think that civic responsibility is a big part of being a global citizen, and also being able to engage in media literacy is also a big part of being a global citizen. So there's a strand dedicated to that. And then, of course, sustainability and tying things to the UN Sustainable Development Goals is a key part of the conference. And finally, ed tech is a driver of global competence for students and teachers. So we are encouraging sessions on AI or virtual reality or things that will help bring the world to your classroom. Those are our themes for this year. Our timeline is a little bit ahead of schedule. Usually we're kind of starting this in the summer, this whole process, but we're starting it now so that people can prepare accordingly. Tonight is our February 13th is this informational webinar, and we will be posting that shortly. Our call for proposals will open up in April. Normally we do this in June or July. So first come, first serve, we start accepting proposals in May, I believe. And also the paid tickets will also open up in May. So if you submit your proposal early, like in April, we accept them in the order that they were submitted. And then you're given a link to book your session. And so if there's a particular time that you really want, it behooves you to submit your proposal earlier rather than later. If you wait to September 28th, right before the proposals close, the call for proposals close, you may not find the time slot that you wanted is available. So we encourage you to submit your proposals sooner rather than later. And then we kind of move into, conference preparation. There is, some final trainings and that sort of thing right before the conference takes place on the 19th and the 20th of 2025. We also want to let people know who might be sponsoring our conference. There is an early bird incentive to let us know if you're sponsoring, and that is April 1st, 2025. And then the final sponsorship deadline is October 1st. We will not be taking people after that date who want to present, that are corporations or want to support us. Okay, so with a call for proposals, you have three options. There are live sessions that you can submit a proposal for. You can also submit a proposal and eventually a recording of a recorded session, and we can upload that to the conference site and have it play in the schedule during U.S. overnight hours. And then we also have typically a separate Spanish track. So if you're a Spanish speaker and you want to be part of the conference, we have a special track where Spanish speakers are showcasing their work. So those are the three options. And again, the Spanish ones can also be asynchronous as well if you choose to do that. If you present at the conference, you get a free pass to all the sessions. You get the opportunity to share your expertise and be professionally generous. And you gain exposure by having the opportunity to present in front of a global audience. We do give certificates also of participation if you are a presenter, and we give you a copy of your video so that you can put it up on YouTube or wherever you'd like to host it. Our guidelines are pretty simple. We want you to have a central theme and also provide actionable advice about how somebody might want to implement your program or your idea or use the information that you are presenting. We would like them to be aligned to one of the conference strands or themes that I mentioned before. We want some sort of kind of connection to the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and it needs to be written in third person. It should not be, I did this, I do that. It should be, a formal written third person voiced paragraph or two. Eligibility, any educator, student, researcher, or organizational leader is welcome to present. If you're representing a company, we would like you to be a sponsor of the event if you're coming from the corporate world. So more information about that later. Again, the call for proposals will open up April 1st. So we've got maybe a month and a half until that time. We start accepting those proposals on May 1st, and people can book their sessions. And then the whole thing takes place in November. The kinds of sessions that we are hosting are lightning talks, which are 15-minute presentations, or 50-minute general sessions. Pre-recorded is another type of session that can be submitted, and panel discussions if you want to organize a group of 3 to 7 people who want to have a discussion or present on a particular topic. And then finally, we're going to add birds of a feather sessions, which means affinity groups will be hosting a session where you can drop in and share ideas. And it's informal, meant to be kind of a networking thing where you can find like-minded folks who might want to share information about a topic with you. I'm imagining topics might be AI in education or global project-based learning, or sky's the limit on those. In terms of costs, it is going to be, there's going to be a free tier, which will open up in June. And those are live. There's going to be a certain amount of those spaces available. And that is only for live sessions. It will not give access to the conference recordings after November 20th. If you'd like to get access to the recordings, there's a $25 fee, and you get access to the networking tools on our platform as well. Patron level also get those benefits. There's also a certificate of attendance, and the patron level also gets special recognition for supporting the conference and making it possible for people to attend. And then if you want to volunteer for a couple of hours, we'd love to have you. And there's a free ticket for people who fulfill the couple-hour minimum for volunteering. So that's how our registration process works. We also are offering this year institutional group rates. So if you want to have a group of people from your school attend, we give you a discount and a coupon and a code for those people to log into the conference, and they don't have to pay anything. So if you, there's a document that has all the details in it, and I will give you, if you email me at Lucy Gray Consulting, I can send that to you with the pricing. But we're excited to offer that because we think this is another way to offer professional development to your teachers. And it will give them the ability to choose what they want to watch and participate in, whether it's live sessions or recorded sessions. So think about it. If you are working at a school that has a budget for professional development, this might be something that you want to offer to your teachers. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about sponsorship. This is kind of a tricky area to talk about because I don't like asking for money, but we need funding to keep this going. Our platform, Ring Central Events, is expensive. I spend a lot of time and use other resources that cost money to put this whole thing together. We pay for people to help sometimes with the conference. So we need people to step up and sponsor. You should want to sponsor if you're a company or a nonprofit because we are helping you to get your voice heard to an audience of educators. You want to hopefully you want to support a grassroots effort that is really inspiring and exciting. You will get visibility amongst our community, and hopefully this will showcase your initiatives and drive engagement with your organization if you participate as a sponsor. Our levels are go from being a media partner to being a visionary partner. The media partner is a free opportunity. If you agree to help us promote the conference, we'll give you a couple of seats to the conference and mention you and have your organization listed on our website. Supporters and advocates get more benefits, and the ultimate level is visionary, which is basically like co-branding the conference with your organization. So if you're interested in any of these levels, let me know. And again, I can send you a document with more details about what's involved with those different levels. We really appreciate the companies and nonprofits that have supported us before, and we hope that they'll continue to support us this year. There'll be a discount if you sign up to be a partner before or to be a sponsor before April 1st. So just keep that in mind. We also would love it if schools wanted to support us. I know that there's some private schools out there, for instance, that want to support grassroots efforts like this. So please consider that as well. There's a link in this slideshow, which I will also put in the description of this event, and you can already sign up to sponsor or be a media partner. April 1st, the call for proposals will open up. You can email me at Lucy Gray Consulting, and I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. Dr. Craig Perrier is my co-chair this year, and our Spanish co-chair is Cristina Velquez. And you can email her if you want information about the Spanish language track. So that's it for now. I got through that in 22 minutes, which is amazing for me because I like to talk. And I'm going to leave this up for a moment because I also want to mention, oh, yay, Vicki and Julene, thanks for coming. We also have a new community, and maybe I should open that up and share that with you while I'm here. We are using a platform called Sutra, and we've moved from what we call a Ning, which was our old community, into a new space. And I'm kind of excited about it. And it's still a work in progress, but it is a place where you can go and post information about your programs and resources. And let me share that tab here. I'm going to, let's see if I can figure this out. Share screen. And I'm going to share what that looks like. This is our new community. And we've got, I don't know, about 150 people in there so far. In our old space, we had, 28,000 people, but a lot of those emails are from inactive accounts. So we decided to move to a new space that was fresher and more palatable to people engaging. And we've had a little bit of engagement so far, so I'm excited about that. But you'll find that there are announcements. Um, there is a community space where you can introduce yourself and ask questions. Um, there are, as a place, if you want to be a partner, you can put your organization up, information up, and have a little space for your organization. And we've got several of those up. And if there are any events that are coming up, like tonight's Glow information session, it will be here as well. If you want to add an event, you're more than welcome to. So if you have a webinar or a opportunity for people to connect somehow, please put it in here. You just click on the create event button in the upper right hand corner, and you can add your information, and and people will see it. I also will start periodically sending out a newsletter in here down the road. And then there are two other tabs, projects. If you have a particular project where you're looking for partners, throw it up here too. It's very similar to the events page. There are a couple of opportunities here already. And then the last one is resources. And these are embedded Wakelet collections of global education resources that I have curated over the years. So it's not, I don't think it's, yeah, there are lots of them here. And somebody also added a resource here too. So I should make a page for that. Anyway, so you can click on one of these bricks and go to the Wakelet where I've curated links that will be related to that topic. So consider browsing through those resources if you're looking for project ideas or organizations that work in global education or other things like that. This will be our standing space. We also have a presence on LinkedIn, and we're starting to have a presence on Substack. More information will be coming out about that as we get going. We are going to be doing other conferences this year in partnership with other people. So stay tuned for announcements about those coming up opportunities. But we hope to be kind of a safe haven for educators who are looking to do this important work around helping humans understand humans and connecting our children to the world and to all the wonderful things that are out there. I think it's really important more than ever. I say that every time I do a presentation that this work is really critical, and it is. And I don't think that we need to stop what we're doing. I think we need to increase it. So if you're interested in being part of this dynamic event that is really focused on developing global competence and global citizenship in students and teachers, we'd love to have you. We'd love for you as an organization to share your projects and opportunities that are available. We would love if you have some sort of ed tech product or something that has a relevant connection. We'd love to have you part of this as a sponsor. And of course, we want to have lots of presentations from educators in our community and maybe even their students. We're always looking for real world audiences for students, and this is one place where you can find it. So, and then it's good to see that Vicki and Julene are watching tonight. And Vicki is saying, here's a quote from her. She's saying that she loves her collab friends. Her collab friends are presented last year at Glow, and that's, I'm sure Vicki, they're happy to have you sing their praises. So if anybody has any questions and you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on LinkedIn Live, feel free to put something in the chat. Otherwise, I think I might have gotten done with this presentation in record time. And I hope people will watch afterwards. I'm excited about this year. Oh, and we have one keynote lined up already, and it will be a surprise. I'm excited. It's a former executive director of an organization that has done a lot of work around sustainability. So I'm excited about that. That's the only hint I'll give you. But we're starting to work on that kind of information, and we'll have probably the start of our keynote lineup ready to go in April when we open the call for proposals. So thanks for coming, everyone. I appreciate your time. It's good to see you online. And I will put some links in the chat, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. If you want to join our Sutra space, which is, let's see if I can find the link. Here it is. I will put it in the chat. And I also will put it on the screen if people want to see it. So that's the link to Sutra. And then I have a detailed document that has all the details about the GLOW conference that I mentioned. And I will grab that link for you as well. So let me throw that in the next down here in the chat. So this will give you a more detailed perspective on the conference, and I'll put that on the screen. And then I will the last thing I will do is give you a link to the slideshow that I just went through. I used a tool called Gamma to create this, and it's an AI-driven slide tool. It's awesome if anybody is looking for a new tool to use. And I can share that with you as well. And there's kind of a long link. So let's see if I can make it shorter. And I also will post this online in various places if people aren't able to get to these links. So here is the link to the slideshow that I just used, and I will put that up on the screen for a minute. Again, thanks for coming, everyone. Have a good evening or day wherever you are, and we look forward to seeing you online soon and connecting and sharing all the great global goodness that's out there. Thanks for listening. Have a good evening.